Alright, ladies, welcome. This is DD number 95. And our two teams, Fancy, you told me, but now I forgot what they were.
We have the White Mafia on the left, and Milk Duds is going to be on the right. And I am actually going to be one of your casters today. It is me, Fancy Wolf. Most of you guys know me.
And I will be the other one. And my name is Koravel, and I cast last week, so a lot of you guys know me too. The chat bands, I will put them in chat hopefully every time if I remember that. So there's your chat bands. For those of you who don't know, that's Kha'Zix, Warwick, Rammus, and LeBlanc. And why did my... Okay, it's weird.
That stream.
Does the stream look weird to you?
It looks very strange to me.
Yes. Okay.
I'll run through the bans really quick while we have our technical issues sorted out. We do have Leona and Kassadin being banned out for White Mafia. Leona being that #1 tank, super strong. Kassadin still being a very powerful roamer, has that mobility to get around the map, and has a very scary late game. You do not want the game to hit 15 minutes or more when he is there. And the final ban for them is going to be Wukong. He's got that great initiate, armor shred on the Q, good plays with the decoys, and just overall a really strong bruiser pick. And coming out for Milk Duds, we have a Heimgerdinger ban. Still has that very powerful bot lane presence. He's very hard to push onto, essentially forces a stalemate lane. They are going to also be banning Teemo, because everyone hates Teemo. You just don't want to deal with that blind, those mushrooms becoming super annoying, giving free vision all over the map. As well as Quinn, a pretty strong AD carry. She's really good at dueling bruisers, able to get away from them with that vault. And just has some really high burst damage as well.
Okay. I think we're good.
All right. Stream's looking all right now.
It's really weird. I have to have the client, like, up behind the actual screen. Okay, whatever. It works. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
All right. And coming out for our first picks on White Mafia, we do have Kayle. Has that shield, that ultimate to prevent a lot of burst. Assassins are pretty heavily favored in Dominion, so if there tends to be a large amount of burst coming out from Milk Duds, they do have the Kayle ult to shut it down. Vi looking to be their next pick. Vi is always a really strong bruiser, has a ton of free stats, and CC as well, with that ultimate being able to engage on anyone. And let's see what their third pick is going to be. That Jarvan, a very nice combo, especially with that Kayle, to keep them shielded as they're going in.
Over on the right side, we've got a Jax and a Yasuo, so we'll see where they send Yasuo, but a lot of people have been taking him bot lane at first to get him a little bit fed and then heading up top with them. And now we have a Pantheon and an Ezreal added to that, so... we have some heavy AD over on right side. In fact, they have no magic damage whatsoever right now, unless Ezreal's going to be AP, perhaps.
Yeah, very interesting comp. I mean, we have seen pure AD comps work out pretty well if they can get that late game or get enough armor shred on the team to make it matter. But they are going to be going against Jarvan, who is pretty bulky and has a lot of built-in armor himself, and Vi, who can also build pure bulk and just be incredibly hard to take down. And coming out for these last two picks, it looks like we will have a Brand pickup as well as a Nami. A very interesting pick. You don't see her too often. Most teams tend to favor the Sona or even some other form of LeBlanc. And Nidalee is not banned. She is on the table, and that would be an actually very good pickup for this. Able to hit that Yasuo or the even Pantheon and Ezreal with a really strong spear and chunk them down. Or going back to Nami.
Just
we'll see.
It out.
Yeah, I guess. But the Brand, definitely a strong pick. Tons of team fights, tons of really strong AoE damage that he can bring to the table. And as well as the Brick Oven coming into play with that Jarvan being able to Cataclysm, lock everyone inside, and that Pyroclasm from Brand sweeping everything up. And it will be that Nami pick.
And we have a Ziggs. So there's some HP damage there to finish it off for the right team. Oh, I'm going to go progress. Now they're trolling me.
But looking at the team comp so far, who do you think is going to go bot for White Mafia here?
I was trying to figure that out. Kayle and Brand and Jarvan and Vi. Again, honestly, all bot. I don't know who it would be. I'm guessing Jarvan is going to be up top lane, and it's going to be Kayle or Brand bot lane.
Yeah, with the Kayle AP damage up top there, they could have some pretty strong plays. And looks like the Ziggs will be locked in for Milk Duds, and let's see what they're going to be able to do with this team comp. They do have 4 AD, unless Ezreal is planning on going AP, which is going to be a very difficult team comp to pull off. We'll see what they decide to do for their bot lane. Yasuo is a very strong bot laner, and once he does, just like Kassadin, hit that 15 minutes into the game and has that Shiv and Lord Van Dam's Pillager, which is Infinity Edge on Dominion, for those of you who don't know, he becomes very scary and can instantly blow up teams.
We are going to have a very large difference in summoner spells. We'll show you in 10 seconds, but one team has a lot of revives and one team does not.
All right, yeah, but well, I guess it's going to be coming down here. So, also for those of you who don't know, Milk Duds, you didn't get to see the pregame lobby, but there are a lot of Diamond players on that team, and that's very interesting to me that they didn't tend to look into how Dominion is played, or even study it just a little bit to pick up that revive. But White Mafia does have all their revive, and we have seen more mechanically skilled teams come out on top without the revives. So this will be a pretty interesting bout. We'll see what happens.
So we have 4 flashes and 4 ghosts over from Milk Duds. Ziggs has the barrier and Pantheon has the ignite. And from War Milk we have 5 revives, and we have a garrison, 3 exhaust, and an ignite. So pretty standard summoner spells there, with the exception of the garrison. As some people will still take garrison. Since the change in the masteries in Season 4, we've seen garrison fall off really hard.
Yeah, so once they removed all the summoner spell masteries from the trees, Garrison lost the ability to deal AoE splash damage, which was really good for when you were getting dived or for clearing minions out when they pushed the tower really hard. Now Garrison, it still suffers from if there's too many minions pushing onto the point, Garrison may not even be able to save it at that point. So it has kind of fallen off. We've been trying to think of some way to buff it without putting it right back where it was, maybe giving it a little bit more flavor and leaving some room for some pretty sweet plays.
I'm not sure why it would be an issue if it was right back where it was, to be honest.
Well,
I mean, even before the changes, we were going away from it because fights were occurring in the jungle.
Yeah, you would still see the occasional one for like quickly saving a point, keeping it safe, or someone would run down from top and stop the cap bot. But it can still be used in situations when you want to try to fight for points as opposed to fighting in the jungle. But we'll see how that pans out in this, if that garrison does come into play.
It can work out okay if you have something that can keep them on the point. So Jarvan's Cataclysm, maybe, or Rammus's Taunt, something like that.
All right, so we're going to be getting into the game here in about 30 seconds. The timer's ticking down. And I don't know. I think it's going to be Yasuo bot for Purple Team. And I'm thinking it might be, like you said, either the Brand or the Kayle bot for the Blue Team here.
I'm guessing whoever they send bot will be, do you play Yasuo top lane in SR a lot? Because if that's so, that's probably...
He's played mid. Mid or top.
Most of the time?
Yeah, mid is his big place to go because a lot of the popular picks are the Gragas, and he can just cancel all the ults, but he can still go top lane and do effectively well.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we are getting into this game here. This is Dominate Dominion number 95, round 1, the White Mafia versus Milk Duds. And I'm going to be one of your casters today. I am Fancy Wolf, and casting today alongside me is...
And my name is Koravel, and we will be bringing you the first round of Dominate Dominion number 95 here in just a second, as soon as we are done loading.
Good old load times.
Hopefully nobody has a hamster.
Let's hope there's no Dakus in this game. Shout out to Daku Corey and his super awesome computer. We love your computer, Daku.
Except for the fact that we are not... Oh. Okay, the stream's gonna have to go down for just a second. I need to start OBS as an administrator. That's what's going on with the stream. So, be right back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, OBS does not like me trying to capture the client when it is not being run as an administrator. So, I'm pretty sure that's what the problem was earlier as well. So hopefully we are all good with technical issues.
All right. So technical problems all finally solved out. And for those of you in chat saying that my mic was way louder than Koravel's, for some reason my mic volume kept defaulting back to 100%, and I normally keep it at 70, and it just wasn't changing back for some reason. But it should be all good now. If I'm still like astronomically louder than him, tell us, and I can still lower it down more.
I think they were saying I needed to raise mine up, which unfortunately I am not able to raise mine up any further than it is right now.
Yeah, if he puts his up more, it'll start to distort and be all bleh.
Looks like Ezreal's going to go straight for the Sheen, which means he will be rather squishy to start with.
Yeah, looking at the starting items coming out, Ezreal actually not opting to just straight out finish Sheen, and in fact going for the components first. He wants to get those boots. Yes. Normally they start off with that Sheen so they can get the poke power on their Q.
Yasuo has started with the Wicked Hatchet, so he's not going to be getting Shiv first, he's going to be going straight for Lord Van Dam's.
Some very, very interesting starts there.
And
but
it's Kayle bot for
it will be that Kayle bot. So we'll see how that plays out. It looks like it is going to be Ziggs bot for the other team here. And pretty standard buys on Mafia's team here. They've got those Prospectors items. And those Prospectors items, for those who don't know, they give you 200 health. And that may not seem like a lot in addition to the ability power, the mana regen, or the lifesteal. But it actually adds up to quite a bit in that initial fight. So if without buying those, you put yourself at a little bit of a disadvantage.
We do have 5 Prospector items on the Mafia side and only 2 on Built Up side. Jax has gone straight for a BAM Scepter, which is generally something you do in your bottom.
Yeah, they may be just trying to hope that they can out-mechanically play the enemy team and not rely on the extra health, but we'll see how that goes in. And Jarvan actually going on Ezreal, missing his blink there. That was pretty dangerous. He is definitely going to be leaving. He is going to go B. He does not have anything to go. And Yasuo jumping into that 1v3 gets taken out, and Ezreal coming back in to get hit by that Jarvan Q, and that is going to be a
they were missing Jax. Jax chased Brand all the way down to the midpoint here. He is going to be able to get it neutralized before Nami gets back to stop him, or Vi gets back to stop him. And Ziggs took Kayle down in the bot lane.
Did manage to get that kill down in bot. Very nicely done. And it looks like Brand is not blowing his revive for that. They are just going to send Vi to take on the Jax there. Very nicely done dodging that stun. And Jarvan is coming in to help her out. Nami is also coming. No, she's heading back up to keep that top point safe. Very nicely done there. Good coordination by them.
Should be able to get the Jax down here. Yeah, there he goes.
And Kayle getting pushed really hard by that Ziggs. Kayle not having the best wave clear at all. And bot point will become neutral. And up top, Nami is doing her best to hold that point 1v3. But it is just too much damage for her to hold on her own.
And they had 2 people cast mid, or maybe even all 3 people. It wasn't could have sent a couple people up to help. Right now they need to help Kayle get bot lane back here.
Boom, taking a lot of damage from those bombs. Ziggs' range in poke is just so silly. It's very hard to capture a point with him hanging around, even at that HP. And
yeah,
very nice Q.
Let's say if Kayle could get in range of her Q, she's dead. So.
And it looks like they're going to be going in on top. Nice bubble from Nami, picking off that Yasuo, and here comes the wave, catching Ezreal a little bit there. She's just going to be tanking that tower, and you guys need to be careful. That is a tower you were diving under. The Garrison coming out to try and reduce the damage, but I don't know if they have the damage to finish this off all the way. Jarvan dunk coming down, finishing off that Ezreal. The only way to stop that ult is to just straight out kill him.
Might be able to turn this into something here, though. I know Pantheon still has quite a bit of help. Because did she not have a revive and just now popped it? Or yes, that must be what happened. So she didn't use a revive earlier on.
Yeah, so she just used it now to get back up into that fight and try to pressure this here. And they do have Brand there with her, so they could try to make a play.
Brand and Jarvan and Kayle all have the revive. It's interesting that Kayle still has her revive because she was dropped in bot lane, so...
I think Ziggs probably didn't pressure that hard, and she didn't think she would need to use it immediately. He probably didn't think to run to the point and try to force it, so...
One thing they are doing right now is Purple Team is just sitting on the other catch in the middle lane here.
And that man drop is going to be coming down right on top of the Brand. Ooh, Jarvan, be careful, watch your backline there. And he is going to be able to turn back around and pick that up. Very nicely done.
Brand opened with his ultimate there, though.
Yeah, so that Pyroclasm will be down for the team fight, using it on that Pantheon. Only one target. Was able to keep himself alive with it, but it will be down for the next fight. And
Great
very
bubble.
nice bubbles. This Nami is on her game. Very nicely done.
It's just Jax, who's out there pushing the lane. Now he's got to come back and try to defend 1v3.
And he may be able to get the Nami out of this one. Very nicely done. Can he hold it off to Cutlass? Cutlass going down onto Jarvan. He's trying to get that Brand. Go, Jax, go. And he is going to keep the point.
Wow, nicely done.
Very nicely done. And he's going to be able to get... Oh, maybe get the Jarvan? Yes, he will. But will Brand...
And the Brand!
He held
Very
that
nice
point
play.
off like a champ. Very nicely done. And Kayle trying to get her point back here. Again, pushed really hard by that Ziggs. She went V a little early when Ziggs was close, and he was able to get the newt. And his range is just going to sit here and keep her at bay.
Oh, we have a DCV walk by.
Yeah, so there may be a pause coming in, hopefully.
They may not know you can pause.
Ah, that is also true. So we will see if they decide to... Okay, there goes the pause.
That's something I worry about, though. I think we should put that in, like, the, I don't know if it's in the rules or not, maybe it is, and they just don't look at it. But make sure you can, or make sure the new teams know they can pause the game, because it is draft.
It is tournament draft, yeah. A lot of people don't know you can pause it. Oh man, that internet.
Looks like she's going in and out here. So let's look at the items. Jax is a rush to Bork. He's 6-1. Ziggs just has the Sork shoes. He does have a... I never remember the name of that magic.
No magic.
Item. There we go. The small magic cloak.
The small magic cloak.
Yes, so that'd be interesting. I wonder what he might be turning that into a themes.
Yeah, it is built out of no magic and 2 fairy charms, so he'll probably head for that chalice for the extra mana regen into the themes for the CDR.
And it does... I'm actually not sure what Lord Van Dam is built out of besides Wicked. It's Wicked Hatchet and Pickaxe, right?
And Cloak of Agility.
Okay,
yeah.
so he isn't going for that. He's going for a Zeal? Avarice Blade? I'm not sure what he's going
Shiv.
for.
Shiv.
Okay, Shiv, that's true.
Shiv and Van Dam is very, very
he just
poor.
got Wicked Hatchet right off the bat, but then he's going to go for Shiv, okay? And it looks like Ezreal's going to rush straight for the Iceborne.
And
Pantheon with the
Pantheon.
Brutalizer.
Standard build on him, looking good there.
Kayle is going for Nashor's Tooth, which again is something standard, especially in bot lane. She did get Berserker's Grease, which is a little odd. Most of the time you use Sork Shoes. So most of your damage is magic damage, although the attack speed helps on Kayle, obviously. Most people opt for the magic penetration from Sork Shoes. Jarvan appears to be rushing a Hydra.
It's not a terrible idea. As you can see, most of the enemy team is fairly squishy, aside from the Ezreal building up some armor right now. He doesn't really need that early pen immediately. It's always really helpful to have, but going for the Hydra isn't a terrible idea. In top lane, it's a little bit tougher, because you don't actually have all that gold from bot, though.
I was thinking he needed to be their tank, because right now nobody's building tanky at all. And
that is true.
all they really need is someone with armor to be able to go in, because Ziggs is bot, so they literally have nobody up top. That is magic.
Oh man, and they are actually getting pushed back really hard here. They are going to be able to get that midpoint, which is Quest, and a lot of damage coming onto Pantheon. He may actually go down to the Kayle. Very nicely done there. And are they going to be able to get this bot point back?
And they're going to get 5 caps here. They don't yet. barrier bait is not gonna manage to take that one. But they had to commit 3 to bot point to get it back, so...
Yeah, that was, well, I would say it was an overcommitment, but they did manage to get it back. They got Ziggs. Let's see what they decide to do with it. And if they can make another play happen from this, they may have made the right decision. And it looks like Ezreal's going to get a little caught out here. Can Brand, ooh, forcing that flash. Because he did not want to get hit by that stun.
Yeah. He's got to be able to use the Q to stun Jax there and get down to Pantheon.
And again, using that Pyroclasm only on one target, it's going to cut that damage considerably. Remember, Brand being a really strong pick because of his heavy AoE damage. And that, Yasuo coming in, Hike taking down that Kayle.
Jax was heading down there anyway for a gank, and he's going to get the point here, pretty sure. Both of them capping, they should be able to get it before anybody can get down there to contest. Jarvan did get midpoint neutralized, but Ziggs is going to take it right back. I think Jarvan's going to try to go for the windmill. Ezreal has his ult up. Oh, Ziggs has his ult up anyways.
They're going to be able to pick that off and just massively holding them back here. Very nicely done by Milkduds, especially for a team without Revive, managing to essentially just outplay the enemy team here and doing a very good job. But White Mafia may still be able to get something here. Oh, if that... Oh, this Jax is just out of control, but actually does get shut down by Kayle. Very nicely done.
That could actually be game.
Yeah, I don't know.
20 seconds that they have.
Yeah, and all three of... oh, that
Windwall
Windwall
blocker
just ate everything. And yeah, everyone else is coming up right now, but they only have 70 seconds. They literally need to catch both the points right now and get top lane back. And with Nami getting caught out in that situation, I don't think it's going to happen.
Nope.
And that is going to be GG going to Milkduds. Very nicely done. I'm actually kind of curious to see how far they can get in this tournament if they don't want to run the Revive the entire time.
They did have somebody, I forget who it was, but somebody had Revive as one of their spells when they first came in and then changed out of it.
The Yasuo did. That's why I thought he would be bot lane, is to have that Yasuo Revive bot, and then he changed it over. I guess he just decided not to. Well, that was some very good plays there by Milkduds. Moving on to the next round, and we will see what our next game is going to be for you guys and get into that and get casting.
Jax is our top damage dealt. Ziggs is right behind him.
Oh, that stream.
There we go again. Oh well, it's legible. And what's our... There's Time Spent Dead. Time Spent Dead is going to go to Brand by one... Oh, never mind. It's going to go to Ezreal. That makes sense because or Mafia had revives.
Yeah. So that timer should be pretty low on Mafia there because of the revives.
Alright, so we will get you with the next game whenever we figure out what the next game is. We'll be back shortly.